Hi guys, this is Whitney Valson again, back for another Facebook Live interview with the Caribbean Resource Center. Today, again, and this is not just me saying this all the time, but again, we have another great guest today. Um, this is actually really special to me because first of all, his birthday is 9 days after me, so he was born in January. And for those of you guys that don't know, the greatest people are born in January. And no, not just because of me and because of Jair, but I mean, think about it. You have Michelle Obama, you have Oprah Winfrey, you have Sade, you have Martin Luther King. Man, the list goes on. But this guy was also born in January. He's 9 days younger than me, so I'm 9 days older than him. So he'll be in just a second. His name is Jair Jurrjens, and forgive me for looking down, but this guy has so many accolades. This is the only way that I can accurately describe his accolades to you. But he's a professional baseball player, and he's actually a pitcher for the Long Island Ducks. The Long Island Ducks is not MLB and it's not minor league, but it's a division of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. So he's a pitcher with them. He's been a pitcher with them for I think about 4 or 5 months or so now. His name is Jair Jurrjens, and he will be with us in just a second. And not only that, but I also want to say that appeared in over 130 Major League Baseball games over the course of his 15-year career. And that's just some of the small things that he's done. I mean, he's went on to play with award-winning and all-star baseball teams all over the world. He's also on the new reality show Wax, which premieres on, you know what, I don't even know where it premieres at, but I do watch it. It's an amazing show. Him and his wife, Kayla Jarkins, are both on the show, and they'll be joining us live. Well, he'll actually be joining us live in just a second. So give me just a moment, and I'll have him pop back into you guys. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I know you guys are going to take away something amazing today. You guys are going to learn a little bit about this guy's determination and his strength and his will and just his perseverance, because sometimes things happen to us in life and it's like, you may feel like, you know what, this is it. I'm just going to throw the towel in. I'm good. But this guy definitely learned how to pick the towel up, and he was not good, and he continued to go and pursue his career. And is he on? Hi, Jair, how are you?
How you doing? Thanks for having
Thank you so much for joining us. I am so excited to talk to you today.
Thank you.
I was just telling everybody that one of the top reasons why you are special is because your birthday is in January.
Yes, I am.
And again, all great people are born in January. I'm not going to go through the list because I don't want nobody to get mad because they're not born in January. But all great people are born in January. So thank you again for joining us. How are you today? What's going on with you?
Thank you for having on the show. Appreciate the opportunity.
A great opportunity. Yes, it is. And it's a great day for us to have you. So we'll just go ahead and get into it. Can you just kind of briefly tell everyone exactly what you do? Just a summary of what it is you do.
I'm a professional athlete. I'm a baseball player. I'm a pitcher, right-handed pitcher. I've been doing this since I was, I think, 5. Playing around the house in Curaçao, and I was blessed to have this talent, and God blessed me to have a chance to be a professional athlete, and I've been doing this since I was 17.
Right. Okay. Give me just a second, guys. Okay. So I know that you right now currently you're the Long Island Ducks, right? So that's not major league or minor league. It's what is it? An independent league? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's an independent league. It's like a league to in a way show people that you're healthy, show teams that you still can perform at a high level.
Right. But you used to play for Major League Baseball, right?
Yes, and it's a league for impressive teams for them to give you another chance.
Gotcha. Okay, give us just a second, Jair. I'm having a little difficulties with the volume here on my end, so give me just a second. Okay, I can use that. Okay, guys, give us just a second. I can hear him through this as well. Okay. I don't know whose headphones are these, but sure ain't mine. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. I just had to make sure this volume was correct because I got to come correct with this interview because this is just too much information. Too many good things going on. Okay, so you appeared in about 130 major league games during the course of your 15-year career, which I think is amazing. You played for the Detroit Tigers, the Atlanta Braves. You were also on the 2011 All-Star team. You were with the Colorado Rockies, the Chinese professional baseball team, and you also pitched for Team Netherlands in the 2017 World Baseball Classic, correct?
Correct.
Okay, how did you get started in baseball?
My whole family, from my dad down to my cousins, to my older brother. I think it just was a family sport. I just grew up into it, and at age 15, I think I decided to make this my career, my life. It's being a blessing. There's up and downs in it, but I would not change it for anything.
And not only do you play baseball, but you play one of the more popular positions, which is what, pitcher, correct?
Yes, I'm a pitcher. I ran the pitcher. You can say we control the speed of the game and dictate how fast the game goes and not.
No, you guys definitely control the. You definitely control it because you can either strike someone out or.
Yeah, we try to do our best.
That's what's up. I think that's amazing. That you started off that young. And you said you had family as well that also played baseball or got you started in baseball.
Yeah, my older brother played. Never had a chance to be a professional athlete because he was born deaf, and the major league teams were scared to sign him, give him a chance. And in a way, I always took on me to live his dream through me.
Right.
And since I've been playing, he's been one of my biggest supporters, and I try to impress him every time I can.
Wow. And your brother's still living, correct?
Yeah, I still live in Curaçao. Yeah.
Is he your older brother or younger brother?
Older brother. I'm the baby from the house.
So you're the baby. So it's like everything you do, you think about him as you're doing it. So you not only are working for yourself, but you're working for your brother as well, right? In his name.
No, definitely. Like I wasn't privileged to have everything when I grew up. Then I've been helping my family since I was 17, and it's an honor I carry with that I was able to provide and help my family to move forward in life.
Right. So how did you make and I don't know, like I said, I could be mistaken because I am born and raised in the United States. So it works a little different here, I believe, in terms of, going to high school, college, and professional ball after that. But how does that work where you guys are from or where you're from in Curaçao? So are you going to high school and then to college and then in the league? Or are you going from high school straight to the league? Or how does that transition work?
For us, because we don't fall in the draft, it's a different rule for us. In a way, smaller window. When you're amateur, the years for you to sign is from 16, 18, maybe 19, 19. They consider you old. And lucky enough, I got signed when I was 17. I came to Lakeland, Florida to do a tryout for the
Detroit Tigers.
Yes, and somehow I tricked one of the coaches to make the people make the decision to give me a chance, and I wasn't happy with the signing bonus at that moment, but I just took on myself I'm gonna prove them wrong, and actually I didn't want to go back to school. Then I really dedicated myself to my sport, and was blessed to be able to make it to the major league.
Right. So you said that you were not satisfied with what they were offering you, but you knew that you could take what they were offering you because you were an amazing player and you can get out there and do what you have to do and show them your worth, and then you kind of go from there. Yes.
And another thing, like I say, amateur, our window was so close, and I was getting older, and the older that the chance to get slimmer and slimmer. Then at that point, I just needed to take a jump and a risk and take it and just put 100% of my dedication in my job to be able to make it to the big leagues.
Wow, that's amazing. So you got your first breakout season in 2005 with the West Michigan Whitecaps, is that correct?
Correct. In Michigan, I had a beautiful host family. They opened the door for me to stay there when I was playing there. It was a great group of guys, great group of fans coming every day. One of the best in the Midwest League. It was amazing. I think I surprised a lot of people from not being so tall and be
Right.
able to compete with the big guys. And at a young age, I was only like 18 at that moment, and
Right.
just I like to prove people wrong, and I believe in myself.
No, no. Right.
I know where I come from. Then and you gotta do what you gotta do to make it.
Right. And that's actually coming from anywhere. I mean, I'm from Port Arthur, Texas, a small town in Texas, but um that's I'm here in Los Angeles, California, but that is what I think the motto is, like the life motto. Everyone has to do that. So I
Yeah,
totally get that.
you gotta
I
push.
mean, it just kind of. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't hear.
You gotta push yourself if you want to make your dream come true. You gotta go to extra miles to do it. And sometimes a lot of sacrifice come with it, but at the long run, it's gonna pay off.
Right. And then you also, and again, I don't know all the technical details on baseball because I was, to be honest, a tennis player.
Yeah.
But I know that it's some, you have the minor leagues, you have the major leagues, and then you have these indies.
Hmm.
And then even in the indies, you have different level of the indies. So you kind of got to work your way up. Is that correct? And then you go to the minors, and then you work your way up. Then you go to the majors. Is that how it works?
There's a lot of independent ball league, and the New York this one in New York is the toughest one.
Right.
This one that goes to Canada. There's more to I think north of the country.
Hmm.
This,
Right.
this is the only league who has a agreement and contract with MLB that and they have the most success stories coming out of this league too. That's why it was a easy choice to choose this league to give this another run to the major league.
Right. So describe that feeling because you definitely played on all three levels. Like now you're with the Atlantic Independent League, you did the minor league, and then you also did major leagues for a while as well. What was the feeling like moving from each level to level? And then also, moving down levels as well.
When you're in the minor leagues, when you start, you really don't know the lifestyle of the major league. Then you really happy
Hmm.
whatever you have at that moment, and you're just
Hmm.
trying to move up the ladder as soon as possible, and just for you to be able to provide for your family. And when you get the injuries, things happen in some players' career that you need to go back and restart your career again. It's
Right.
you can say you need to adjust. Adjust not because you saw the lifestyle of major league,
Hmm.
and some guys that when you go back to me, you never saw it. You gotta adjust, make sure you don't offend anybody. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
a little bit tough because you're so used to a level of treatment, then you go back down,
Hmm.
back to in a way you want to say it, reality that
Right.
you gotta work, and this in a way is gonna push you to see if you really want it back. And it's just and now in being an independent ball,
Hmm.
a lot of people think every career is like nice and easy ride, but a lot of people has
Right.
a lot of obstacles in it, and this is I'm just taking it as a chance to prove people wrong again. That I can still be a major league pitcher, and yeah, I just trying to prove to other people who doesn't believe in me anymore.
Right. What type of work ethic did you have for that? Because I'm sure when you are trying to move up, you just can't do the same things that you've been doing. You kind of got to get out of that comfort zone and do things differently so you can move up those levels.
Yes. It's just like I think more you play, you know your body, you know what
Hmm.
you need, and it's just sticking to your program, sticking to yourself. You know, stick with whatever is working for you, and just stay with yourself and treat everybody with respect. And that's number one. Be able to be open for people to give you advices. Oh, you give
Hmm.
advices to young kids, and it's just stay humble. That's my main thing. I try to stay humble as much as possible.
To stay humble.
Yeah.
Now, although you're doing all the right things and you're making all the right moves and you're having all these great things going on, playing with the Puerto Rican team in 2006,
Mhm.
doing the World Baseball Classic. I'm sure that in your professional career, because as an athlete, you guys sustain many of injuries, sometimes on your own accord, on other players' accord. But I know in your career you had your share of ups, of course, and then you had your share of downs, probably beginning with some health challenges that you've had or some injuries that you've had in your career. Can you briefly kind of skim over that, the very first health situation that you've had in your career, or the sort of the down? I don't want to say downfall because again, I think that you're doing some amazing things, but that first break in your career that did not break up for you.
2010. I think 2000 no 2010. Yes, 2010. In the off season, I tried to get bigger as possible. Trying to repeat another great season, and in a way, I got hurt practicing back home with all the guys. Came to spring training. I was able to be part of the team in the beginning, then start pitching. Then during the year, tore my hamstring. Then I missed a couple of months. Then on that, I started gaining weight. And late September, I think early September, we trying to fix my mechanics during a bullpen. Try a new thing. Picking my knee a little bit during it, start getting sore. After the game, starts to swell up. The next day, trying to wake up, trying to go to the restroom, wasn't able to walk.
Wow. Because of the injuries, right? Wow.
I went into the training room. Then flying back to Atlanta, got a MRI, showed that I had a torn meniscus. Tried to rehab it because we went into the playoff that year. Got surgery. Everything went well through the rehab. Start pitching. We start flying. The altitude somehow blow my knee up, swell up so big that I lost all my quad muscle. Still went out there and tried to pitch on one leg. Actually did a really good job. I really don't know how I did it.
I've seen that clip, yeah. I noticed.
I went to the All-Star game on one leg. A lot of people don't know that. You guys, my wife, we had a scare. We went to first. I didn't want to go out that year because I had surgery, and I just came off 10 win in the first half of the season, and I felt really proud. I wanted to go out and celebrate. Standing in the club, my a bag behind my knee exploded. Then all the fluid.
A bag behind your knee. Wow.
Call it. This is. I'm trying to remember the name.
So I'm imagining that probably felt like somebody put a bomb in the back of your knee and it just exploded or something.
And we got home. My calf was this big, and I went to the stadium. I said, listen, my calf is sore and hot. And the team did not know what to do. They gave me this compression socks that the surgeon used to help with it, maybe to get the fluid out. I remember I pitched the day before. We were in Pittsburgh. I pitched. I had no problem. The next day, flying back, I put the sock on, trying to go to security to go to the airport. I just collapsed. I just collapsed. I wasn't able to put any pressure on it. And the team wanted me to do a check to see if I have blood clot and to make sure nothing is wrong.
Right. So everything was good with that, or?
Everything was good, and finally they were trying to do a compressor test on see if I have shin compressor syndrome, and they wanted to put the needle in, blood just started coming out, and in a way I pitched for a month with an open wound in my calf just for draining blood, and after that just I think my leg just lost all the strength, and I wasn't able to perform anymore. And
but even with that was in 2010, right?
This is 2011, after the All-Star game.
2011, okay, after the All-Star game, because you were put on the disabled list. Was that before or after the game?
after.
It was after the game.
I had 2 start after the All-Star break, and I told her I couldn't do it anymore because I give up a couple of home runs on guys I never give up home run to. I'm like, I can't do it. Something was wrong, and it was too swollen. My body wasn't working to sustain me to push off.
Right. But so, what month was it that you came to make the Pitcher of the Month? I know it was in May. Was it before or after this incident with your leg?
It was after.
Okay, so even with the injury, you made Pitcher of the Month?
Yes. So like a lot of people don't know. Like I was hobbling inside the clubhouse.
And still made Pitcher of the Month. I mean, but how did that make you feel? So you come off this injury where literally it probably felt like a bomb exploded in your knees, and you're passing out in the airport, in the club, you're all over the place, and then you come back in May and make Pitcher of the Month.
Yeah, I think baseball is more mentally than physical. A lot of people think if you mentally right, you can go. You can throw 50 and you still get people out. But not doubting yourself, that's when the struggles come in. And I think when you're playing the big leagues, you always got media, and sometimes you read and they start asking why my velocity start going down. Then you mentally start like, oh, what's going on with myself? And that's why I think my struggles come in. I start doubting myself a little bit.
Right. And you say you started doubting yourself. Is that around the time that you were, when you had the 80-day suspension or the 80 game suspension?
No. The 80 game suspension. Like, first of all, I want to say I never needed anything to perform in my life. I never.
Right. And it didn't seem like you did.
No.
It didn't seem like you did.
I mean, this is what happened.
Okay.
When my career started going down a hill a little bit, people just see how much money you made, that they think your life is good and everything. They forget you're a human being, and everybody has his own problems or demons, you want to say. And because I started stressing out a little bit, not able to sleep, I started gaining weight and all that stuff. Then in 2015, I was with Colorado Rockies. I was having the second game of the season. I pulled my groin. Then I was already in a bad mindset. And in June, I got a call from my dad saying he might have cancer.
So you had a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. There's nothing to be sorry about. I have a question though. You talked about, as a person in, I guess, a celebrity status or in front of the camera, you have all these situations surrounding you. Do you throw money? Do you throw people? You throw good people? Do you throw bad people? You talked about demons or problems that you or people may have, even before the lead up to your 80-day suspension. I mean, can you kind of talk about what you think your specific, I don't want to say your specific problems were, but what brought you to that point before you even got there? I mean, I know it was probably just a bunch of events at once, but what was the one thing that brought you to that actual point?
Like in 2011, I was in a way the favorite to win the Cy Young, the award for the best pitcher of the year. And I went to sleep and opened my eyes, not able to push off, not able to walk like I wanted to. Then the next year, and never my strength never came back. Then I started stressing myself out, and I got sent down that year. I think when you start struggling with your career, and because when you become a professional, the risk you're running about getting injured and stuff like that. But that was in my plan. Then when it happened, I heard a lot of people got that surgery done and came back, and I started why I cannot come back and all. Then I think I want to say I put it on myself a little bit, and I wasn't sleeping well, and started gaining weight and stuff like that. Drink a little bit more than usual I do. Then it was a lot of stuff. It was most of career issues. Then when it happened with my dad, that was like, you want to say, the cherry on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So for you to take this substance, the substance is what, DHA, correct?
Yes.
So
Just
for you,
let
mm-hmm.
me tell you the story. I was in Taiwan that year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everybody knows me. I'm a hard worker. I put a lot of time in the gym and stuff like that. And I came back from Taiwan because I got hurt and they released me. And I came to my trainer and said, listen, I put too much time in here
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see the result. I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated. I want
Right.
to do a blood test to see what's going on. And when we got the result was awful. It was a result of a 65-year-old man. Then the guy who did the result say like, I don't even know how you wake up and go work out. And I feel like I was feeling like that. I wasn't happy.
Wow.
Um, I really want to be by myself most of the time. I wasn't able to be the husband that my wife know me as.
Right.
And
Right.
then they didn't want to give me. First of all, I need to change my diet and everything. And
Right.
because what my dad went through, I think my body just fell in a complete shutdown mode. Then I wasn't
Wow.
able to produce anything. Like I was in, like I said, it's hard to explain because you got to be in the situation. Like when you try to go to
Mm-hmm.
sleep and your mind is just like, keep
Stays
working.
up. Yeah. It's up. Yeah.
This is something I would not, I say, even wish I'm a worst enemies. It's just when your mind don't want to rest, you start thinking stuff that you scare yourself of. A lot of people don't know,
Right.
like there's been a couple of times I called before my dad passed away that I was calling
Mm-hmm.
that like I step in the balcony and look down. It's just because you're tired of feeling like
Mm-hmm.
in a way like a loser and
Wow.
just mentally it's draining. You get tired of fighting with yourself over and over again. And,
Right.
he gave me some this supplement,
Mm-hmm.
and because we needed to reboot my whole body, my whole system.
Right. So this
First
is
of
supposed
all,
to be like a reboot for you.
yes. First of all, I want to say like I never take testosterone. That's number
Mm-hmm.
one. I never take that. Um, the pill I got popped is called DHA. It's a pill that is like, if you look it up, it reboots your whole system. It helps you
Right.
with mood swings. And when I got it, he told me it was for helping with my mental side of it. And when I
Right.
got suspended, I Googled myself and I saw that it was a pill that even it can boost your testosterone. I have a
Mm-hmm.
letter from Major League saying that they never find anything in my system, but my ratio somehow was off the scale, and for them, that means I was cheating. And I tried to explain them that I wasn't. I even got my doctor involved with it and all that stuff. But for them, it wasn't enough proof,
Right.
and it wasn't. They say too because I was still playing, even I was dating for my personal health, it's still considered like
Mm-hmm.
cheating, and that's why I never appeal it. I tried to appeal it to show them that it was prescribed. I didn't do it by myself,
Right.
and
Right. Right.
they deny it. Then I just had to accept the 80 games.
Wow. So let me ask you something. So you're sitting out, and I can again only imagine how you felt or what you were going through because, like you said, it was something that was prescribed, and you trusting trainers or trusting people around you, they kind of let you down.
Yes,
They let you down. I mean, and then you had to sit out for 80 days. Yeah, you got the letter roll, but you had to sit out for 80 days. So I'm sure whatever issues you were having prior to taking that, in that time that you didn't play, I'm sure you had all that going on in your mind.
yeah.
Um,
You
I
know,
can only imagine
it
how you
was
felt.
it was a 50-50-50 feeling
Right.
because if I didn't do it, I don't know if I would be sitting here. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
the way
Wow.
like my wife, even when my wife was getting scared, I had a couple of panic attack. I think I'm still having this here and there. That's I was really bad, and I tried to hide it for a lot of my family. They know, my wife know a little bit because she's still there, but I have a lot of secret in myself. And in a way, I can be mad at the doctor, but in a way, he might have saved my life too. Then it completely, I can't be mad. Like trying to feel like my old self again. That's after baseball, you still got a life, you still got a family.
Right.
If I can be my old self, then it's not really worth it. And you know, it was um, it was heartbreaking because I was even on the DHA at the moment I got suspended. I think it just stick in my system longer that I was supposed to, and but it's part of I think it's part of life. I think it's a lesson, and I just need to be more careful next time.
Right.
More be more open to share with
What you're going
people
through,
and
yeah.
personal struggles.
Right. So how did do you have any kids? Do you guys have any kids?
No, I don't have any kids yet. We don't
So
have
it's
any.
just you and your wife. So how did she adjust to that situation when you had the 80-day suspension and when you were, I don't want to say caught, but when, it kind of hit the news about this whole situation, the DHA. How did she take that and how did she just embrace you as a wife?
No, she was really supportive. Because she was there to the whole treatment when I was going through. Like she even was being happy because I was being myself again.
Right.
And when I got a call her right away and told her what happened. She wasn't, she didn't, cannot believe me. She thought I was lying. Is It's hard. It's hard. But she was really supportive.
Did you
Um,
think your career was going to be over when that happened?
you know, I thought about it. I thought about it. Just just fighting to all the injuries and
Yeah. It's a
personal
lot.
issues, and I mean, is I thought about it because in a way I was telling myself that's gonna be my last shot trying to
Mhm.
get back up there, and I was doing really good. I was finally enjoying the game back. It came as a surprise,
Mhm.
and sometimes I still think about it. It just if I think I had a better knowledge. Sometimes we trust
Mhm.
MDs too much. I think if I did my own research, I would have find out that they might have happened. I would have go to my team and say, like, I did this treatment from the beginning.
Right.
Because I have nothing to hide. Yeah, I had some health issues, and mentally,
Mhm.
physically, interior. I just needed to get fixed, and it is it's sad, and I never, like I said, never saw me have that X behind my name. I take
Right.
pride in what I do. But sometimes people don't see that. And people like the only thing I can say, I can share my story. People
Mhm.
gonna judge me the way they want to judge me. I
Right.
can't take that away from anybody. But the only thing I can say that I didn't need to use anything. If I need to use it, I
Right.
would have used it since I started playing. And I just wanted to be my old self again, and
Right.
that's it.
And I tell folks to be back to, the prime of themselves or being back to feeling like themselves or looking like themselves. So you got a lot of people even out in the world today, they'll go get surgeries or they'll go do certain things because people just want to, they just want to feel like themselves again. Whatever happened, they want it fixed. They
Yeah.
want to pay the doctors and have whatever done. They want to trust who they want to trust and they want to have it done. So I totally understand. And I think that you still have supporters. I think people love you. I'm even sitting here watching. people comment and chime in and they're like, we love you. You are our warrior. Like, you're their hero. They love you. They don't only love you for the great things you've done, the stats that you've done in baseball, but just how every time something seems to happen, you dust yourself off, you get back up, and you don't only just do it again, you do it better than you did it before. So you like continually rise to them. And I think that's the success of a warrior. That's what a warrior does. That's also what people that are born in January do. We rise,
I
we
really
rise up,
I can't take all the credit on that. I have a great friends, family around me. I got
right,
my number one fans. I got my friends that support me in everything. Before
right,
the
right,
story, I'm a type of guy when I'm messed up or I like to be in front of it and explain what happened. And I told my friends from the beginning what happened, and they didn't believe me either.
right,
But I try to surround myself with good friends. It's hard when you have this status. Sometimes people try to use you, and then I try to keep my circle small. And
right,
I came out to the most important people in my circle, my family, my close friends, and to make sure, and all my colleagues too. When that happened, I wanted to talk to my team at that moment and just get out of my chest because it was killing me. The manager said no because it was still early. We stopped going through the appeal and stuff like that. But the closer it got to the decision, um, I talked to the team. I want to say, in a way, thank you to them because they really support me. Even before and after, some of the guys reach out, making sure that I'm doing it good after the suspension. And you know, I need to be blessed. I'm blessed to have friends and family that even at bad times is still with me.
right. And that's, you just said it, being blessed to have friends and family who actually care
Yes.
during the good times and also during the bad times when you actually need them the most. So
Yeah.
I totally get that. And before we wrap up today, is there anything else that you want to say to the people of your hometown, of the Netherlands, of just anyone, that anything that you want to say to inspire them, to give them a word of determination, to keep going, to keep pushing forward? Like I said, people watch your story and they listen to your story, people from all over the world, and they think that what you've done, and not only what you've done, but how you just continue to rise throughout all your situations and circumstances. You just continue to push forward and move forward in life and be better and better every single time you do it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you can say to anyone who may be interested in playing baseball professionally or just in life? They're having some challenges and they need to just rise above them.
The thing in live baseball is I think it might be a different type of a job, but in a way, if you want to move forward in life and go up the ladder, you gotta put your personal time. You gotta put family time aside. Sometimes sacrifice going out, saying in. It's just anything you do in life is about sacrifice and how much you love the thing you're doing, and just put 100% of your heart in it. And you gotta love what you do. If you don't love what you do, you're never gonna be successful at it. And
Right.
I think just be humble and be humble. I try to be humble. That's the main thing because I think when you're not humble, when you fell down, is when you don't see anybody next to you. And I'm lucky that again, um, when I was in my top, I never disrespect anybody. And then when I fell down, I saw who was with me from the beginning for the good reason, not for the bad reason. And it
Right.
just be smart who you choose to trust. Be smart who you believe in, and and just be safe.
Right. Any regrets in your career?
I try to live my life without regrets. I think
Mm-hmm.
the only thing I regret, I think maybe when I was younger, I didn't take care of my body as much. I'm taking care of it right now. Beside that, I had a blast from coming down and coming from Curaçao playing around the house, play around our friends. Um, I'm trying to regret anything because everything I do, I think it twice before I do it. And and you know,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Well, before we wrap, when is your next take you out next?
Say it again. You broke up.
I'm sorry. When is your next game?
Actually, we off today. We have
Mm-hmm.
actually, I'm pitching this Friday coming up. This Friday.
Write that down so I can make sure I check you out.
Yeah,
Pitching this Friday coming up.
this Friday.
All right. So I encourage everyone that's tuning in to definitely check out Mr. JJ the next time he pitches. Not only that, please check him out on social media as well. What's your social media handle so we can follow you?
I'm not big on social media. I just have Instagram. It's just my name,
Okay,
Jair Jurrjen 49. That's simple. I'm a really simple type of guy.
perfect. Because I think people definitely need to follow your story if they haven't already been doing it. But thank you so very much for tuning in today, guys. I hope that you took something away from it because I do like every time I host something for the Caribbean Resource and Development Center. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment on the link below. Please share, like, and follow this page. Again, share, like, and follow this page. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Jahir.
Thank you for
Have a
having
good day, guys.
me. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.